The review of Guam Fire Department payroll and special payments analysis was conducted 1 year ago at the request of the Guam Police Department in connection with an investigation of a former Guam Fire Department fire chief. The OPA conducted a review of the former chief's payroll records from January 2003 to December 2005 and found that $53,909 was paid inappropriately. While the report doesn't mention the former chief's name, KUM reviewed our archives and found that Assistant Fire Chief Mike Unkenko was head of the fire department during the years that were under review. Unkenko is now the Bureau Chief of Operations. According to the OPA's analysis, the former fire chief received 19 payments totaling more than $68,000 during the time he was in charge and took advantage of his official position for personal gain. 17 of the 19 payments were deemed improper, while the other 2 were authorized for unused annual leave. 16 payments lacked supporting documentation, secondary review, and authorization, and a $4,900 special payment was authorized, but auditors found it was for unneeded overtime and night differential pay. As the department head, the fire chief was prohibited by law from receiving OT and night differential pay and was also not entitled to the 106-hour pay period that uniformed firefighters receive. But auditors found that in 2003, Unkenko received 2 special payments totaling $6,900. The overtime was justified by attending meetings, preparing a budget, and reviewing policies and procedures, all things that were deemed by auditors as standard managerial duties. Additionally, they questioned why OT was claimed nearly 2 years after the time of occurrence. According to the report, Unkenko initiated all of the improper payments to boost his annual salary. Prior to his appointment as acting fire chief, his salary was $71,007. But in 2003, he brought home in excess of $87,000. The following year, he brought home $79,000 and $97,000 in 2005. In October of last year, Government Corruption Task Force agents executed a search warrant at the Department of Administration's Human Resources Office in Hagåtña, where they obtained various personnel records. But it's been more than a year since that search warrant and 11 months since the OPA completed its report, and no criminal charges have been handed down related to the findings. Acting Fire Chief Joey Sinicola says his hands are tied since the 60 days to take any action has long expired.
But I'm still researching all of that. Pending the results of the investigation that's stated in this report, I can't move anywhere else.
Meanwhile, KUAM spoke with Unkenko today, who completely disagrees with the audit findings. The former fire chief believes the police investigation was personally motivated at the request of former Chief Dave Pareto. Unkenko saying, quote, "Everybody knew I was his #1 target." He said he couldn't initiate payments for himself. They had to be approved by payroll and the Department of Administration. And that's exactly what the OPA took issue with, finding that the payments were processed and dispersed without documentation or authorization. DOA payroll technicians were criticized for processing timesheets and special payment requests without management review and approval, which has resulted in errors, manipulation, and the risk of abuse and fraud. Reporting for Guam's News Network, I'm Mindy Egan.